In this video, we're going to be checking out PlayStation's Access controller and do a gameplay setup guide as well. Let's check this box out. This is a total eco-friendly box, really well designed and really easy to open. Basically, we've just got this tab that we can just slide open and that will allow us to just open the case. But this is all really eco-friendly packaging, which is really nice. And we can see how this Access controller is built, which is quite nice. Joystick going on over here, and we've got a whole bunch of options over here, which is really cool. And it's nice to have sort of a different layout of the controllers to have different unique experiences with the gameplay, and allows gameplay to be played with more people now, which is really great. I feel like it's for a really good cause and I 100% support it. So let's dig in and open this bad boy up. So we've got more tabs, which is really useful. So we're just gonna open this up and have a look. So we've got some really good packaging that's very eco-friendly. So we've got the setup guide. Basically, it just says, plug it in, press the PlayStation button, go from there really. Like, it should be very easy to actually set up. So I'm excited to actually take a look at this. So inside, we've got the actual Access controller. It's a really unique and interesting design. Check this out. So the layout is very unique. We've got an X in the middle. We've got all these buttons, remappable. We've got a locking mechanism. We've also got a profile. Cool. So that locking mechanism will basically just lock that. So you can't pull it out anymore. Suits different needs, whatever you need. And there's a PlayStation button there. We've got different profiles, which is quite cool. It's also wireless, as I can see, because we have the LED light just coming up there. We've got some different screw mounts there as well, so it will be able to attach to tables and stuff like that as well, which is really nice. So overall, a pretty interesting product. We do have our Access controller guide right here in case I miss anything. And we have our box of other stuff as well. Let's check it out. So in here, we've got all these remappable parts. Like, it all comes with all these different options here. We've got all these cables. It's pretty cool. So we can take this out and then turn this into a circular sort of joystick, which is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that it has those abilities to be customizable. Oh yeah, so we've got all these different cards and stuff, and that is all of our buttons. So we can sort of create however many buttons as we want, and I'm guessing this is all sort of remappable. So you can easily just take these out just by like pressing this in. They have like this insertion that you can just press, and it's all magnetic. Really easy to take out. So let's say I could take out two of these and put just one of these on. Interesting. Pretty cool. I like that customization that we could have here. And we've got all these different options as well. So we have some like sort of thicker pads as well, which is pretty cool. And we've got all these extra inputs over here, which I didn't even mention at the start. So we've got our Type-C input. We've got our couple of jack sort of inputs as well. So we've got all this great sort of customization stuff over here. It's fantastic. So anyway, let's jump over to our PS5 and do a quick gameplay setup and see how easy it is to just get playing with the PS5. Let's plug in our controller for the first time and check it out. So we've got a Type-C connection. Let's just pop it there. There we go. Now let's press the PlayStation button to actually connect it. And we can see there's this light that actually appears here. And we can just press that. Great, so now we are in. That's all you have to do. And we've got this menu that comes up and it just says get started. So yes, let's get started with our controller and do a quick setup. So we're using two controllers together. So you can use two Access controllers together, which is pretty cool. And to add another Access controller connected to your PS5 using a USB cable and press the PlayStation button. All we have to do is just press this plus button to get to the next screen, so it's really easy to use. You can also use your DualSense controller with the Access controller too, which is pretty cool. As we can see, we've got this current assignments little page over here, so we can actually control that and do different button layouts and stuff, which is really great for this. So if I want to change the name, we can do that here. So let's see if we can actually do it. There we go. I'm just gonna call it Garrett. But yeah, it's super easy, and I can hold it with both hands as well. Like, it's really easy to use. So now we can do a bit of customization with the lock. That's what it's trying to show us. So just showing us all the different features that we've got over here as well. I mentioned before we had all these different inputs. So what it's saying is it's connecting to all these external devices if needed. Let's say you have like external joysticks, buttons or switches, we can connect it this way. I like how it introduces everything with all these different pages as well. It's really simple, so pretty great. Great, so now we can create our own profile over here as well. So let's say we want this to actually be up, or we want this to be on the right. We can actually do that here as well. Right now I've got it on the right, so let's go with the right. And now we can actually look at every single button and choose it, which is pretty cool. So our center button will be kind of like an X. Kind of just want it to be an X at the moment. So you can assign a second button to press at the same time as the first button as well. And we've also got this toggle option to allow buttons to remain pressed after pressing them once. Press it once and then it'll just hold it down for you the whole time, which is pretty cool. Let's go. So we've got button 1, and every button is sort of labeled here in the circle. So this will be this button. So let's say this can be like a circle or something. So I can just quickly assign that as like a circle. And there we go. So now that is a circle, and voila, we've got a circle button just selected. So you can go through all of these and select all of them. And it really shows here as well with all the assignments, like it actually showcases where we are assigning each thing, which is really cool. It's pretty great that we can do different orientations. We can assign all your buttons. We have all this customization of our different buttons that we can use, and also customize which things go on top. So for example, like number 1 was a circle. So now I can get my circle from my little box of fun over here and put the circle in. So the circle was on number 5, but now it is on number 1. There we go. And then I can like save that as a different profile, and I have all my different slots. So we've also got this different profile option over here. So you can select profile 1, profile 2, profile 3, for example. So let's make sure this is number 1. Still getting used to the orientation of the buttons over here, sorry. And there we go, boom. So now I can switch between all my profiles just by pressing the profile button over here as well. There we go, and it's saying it's unassigned, so let's go to number 1, boom. And my assigned circle has been pressed, and there we go, it's circle. Try and play some Astro's Playroom or something with this controller and see how the gameplay actually is. If it has rumble, for example, or anything like that, it would be interesting to see. Awesome. So yeah, it's really easy to actually use, fits in both your hands pretty well. Oh, cool, so that's how you can get to the menu. There's certain factors that I wish were here, such as having 2 of these, because with a normal controller, you've sort of got like 2 of these. And it's also looking like there's no rumble as well, but with, for example, we've got this, and we can actually change the viewing angle on a normal controller. With this controller, we've only got 1 sort of joystick that we can sort of play around with, so we're sort of limited to that, if that makes sense. But apart from that, like, it seems pretty usable and pretty good. There's no rumble though, which is also another feature that we're missing out on. See how easy it is to access. So I can go to my accessories menu, go to this, and I can go to my controller settings and go to my profile library, for example, and actually change more stuff there as well. And we've got brightness of LED indicators and stuff that we can actually change. We can change the controller name just on this menu as well. And we can go into our profile library as well and actually sort of affect what's going on over there as well. There are definitely a lot of options. So overall, it's a pretty decent controller. Just wish there were certain extra things and features, such as just having rumble enabled and also having the ability to have 2 joysticks instead of 1. You can actually change the sort of viewing angle of sort of gameplay, but overall, like, it's pretty great. Like, it works fine and it allows people to do things that they weren't able to do before, potentially, with gameplay, and it's for a good cause. So I think this controller will be a pretty good product for a lot of people and will hopefully make a positive difference in the world. So like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I will see you guys next time.